Let's look at the CAMS platform linked with the E3 Catalyst Accelerator, the Evidence Education Experience Catalyst and Accelerator. There's a separate video that is popped up top. You can follow that lead, and if you want to watch it first, that's great. Let's bring to the foreground CAMS and what's that all about. It is Content Asset Management Safety System. And really, it's about, in today's world, we talk a lot about content creation and content creators. And that's the same thing as it's going to link into mentoring as legacy and legacy with mentoring projects. So the content that you would create inside those projects would form assets. And therefore, you need to manage them and do it in a safe way using a systems approach. So, for example, if your project is you set up a mentoring program for youth around nature awareness, then there would be content you're creating, which could be the messages to attract the youth. It could be the prompt book that you've created. These all become assets, and you need to manage them because they need to be updated or they need to be set out into the world to attract those to you using that direct response marketing approach. But you have to ensure that there's a safe system, safer practices associated with it so that you send the correct message to the correct persons to access the correct program for them. And the system is there is because you want to save yourself time, effort, and money. You don't want to waste your time, your effort, and money. What you do want to get is your confidence and clarity and commitment. So let's unpack CAMS. The CAMS platform has 5 pillars, and there are 5 elements to each pillar. So, in a sense, there are 5 rows as well. Now, you have been introduced to dream, design, develop, deliver, and determine before, and they're there because they're about the organization of work. So, with the dream that you have, you're going to design what the project's going to look like. You're going to then develop it, deliver it, and along the way, determine its efficiency and effectiveness as the simple monitoring of measures and metrics to start with. Next, what you're going to do is set in motion some quick action outcome reminders. Well, okay, I've got to set it up. I've got to stride forward. Some people say step forward. I like the word stride. Stay found rather than get lost. Shine light so others can follow that path, and share the wisdom so it can be out there more, so more persons can get involved with what's going on. Then there are what I call the CAMS starters. And that goes back to already what I mentioned. There's content, which becomes assets. You need to manage those assets, do it using a safety lens, safer systems, safer practices, and do it through a system approach. A quick check and balance is with the sense of values, challenges, projects, story, contribution. In other words, you're tapping into your values for your project. You have to figure out what the challenges are going to be, and or your project's directed at dealing with the challenge. Then you have to put your project together, manage your project. There's stories you have to share to attract persons in, element of marketing there, and to be able to figure out the contributions because there will be ever-present contributions being made through what it is that you're doing. In the background, you want to do a check and balance around the emotions, and that can go into the recipients of your project, the contributors to your project, the funders to your project, whatever it might be. And you're looking at the gratitude, the inspiration, the presence, enthusiasm, and certainty. So what's possible here is if you take these pillars and you put them on a 9 by 5 grid, then what you do is you drop them in this fashion. Here is one outtake of the connection of these pillars. In a sense, what you've done is you slid a row along so that you're lining up in the middle. And in this case, you would say, okay, I'm at a point where I want to determine, is everything effective and efficient so that I can continue to stride forward, or do I have to slow down, or what might have to happen? Is there anything I need to manage? Maybe there's an edit, add, alter, delete. What's the story here? Because I need to share some updates with the recipients and the contributors, the funders, and I want to make sure that I and everyone else feels the gratitude for this project unfolding it the way that it is. What's possible next is access AI to write emotive direct response marketing copy for solo agers and grand agers moving forward with a mentoring as legacy project. That's where they are at the moment. And based on the following 5 words and include each word in a separate paragraph, you would ask it to write up a base story. Now, I'm not saying use it as is, but what this does is it prompts you to think about the wording, the copy that you want to share with them. And what you do is you, again, edit, add, alter, delete so that it fits your needs. But what this does is it's a quick way to get back into what it is you're doing, sort of from a check and balance point of view. So this is an AI checklist format, however you want to work with it. And so if this is something that's of interest to you, reach out or ask questions below. To work with us, the fastest way is to connect through wealthmovement.com/contact. That's where you can send a message, an email will arrive, and I can answer it. Additionally, wherever you're seeing this clip, this video, you can use the comments section and I will get a message that way as well. But the wealthmovement.com/contact, that is the fastest way to get to me.